What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy QKG, and you already know me. You know how much I love that young Nintendo Switch.
That Nintendo Switch!
And ever since we got blessed with that young Switch 2, I have been trying my best to get as many games reviewed as possible. I will try my best to get them done this generation. What new way to break in a brand new console by playing that beefy ass game that will really test this bitch violence limits? So that, of course, is going to be Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. Everybody knows how Cyberpunk went from being one of the worst launches ever to probably one of the best critically acclaimed games, and probably being an instant classic just based off its story alone. So I really got to make sure I dive into this game because you guys need to test this game out. And I definitely believe if you have never played Cyberpunk, you might want to stick around in this review if you're thinking about picking it up. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump in.
What an awful place! Thank you!
So in this review, I won't focus too much onto the game itself. I'm really just going to focus on the performance and how the game's running on the Nintendo Switch. Just the overall experience. And I have to say, this bitch has been handled with the most absolute care. CD Projekt Red made sure they utilize every feature on the Nintendo Switch 2 possible. So of course, gyro controls are here. They even got this motion control where you can flick your other Joy-Con and you can actually do your side dashes. I thought that was pretty cool. They even gave you touch controls for your menu. I don't know if I'm going to be really using that, but I was mainly looking forward to those mouse controls. I really wanted to see how good the mouse controls were, how responsive they were. And really the only game that we have that we can really test this out on is Fortnite, and I already had my kind of gripes about how instead of you using the left click, you're using right click to shoot, just because you still need your bumpers to go through your inventory. But on Cyberpunk, it actually uses the traditional left click so you can shoot, and then right click for your grenades. So I've noticed that's been more comfortable than the other version where you have like the right click is shoot, left click is whatever. I kind of noticed that was actually more comfortable, even though the Joy-Cons are still thinner in my opinion, and I feel like we need some type of attachment or some accessory where it'll give you a little bit of cushion so it can save your wrist. But I thought that was actually pretty cool. I was like, yeah, it actually utilizes what a traditional mouse would feel like, and I really didn't have any issues with these mouse controls. Like, I've been hooked, so them shits is clean, baby. So talking about the performance of Cyberpunk, the game is going to have two different modes you can play it in. You can either use quality or performance mode, and quality mode targets 30 FPS, 1080p in dock, and then performance mode targets 40 FPS, 1080p docked, or 720p in handheld mode. However, due to the DLSS hardware inside the Nintendo Switch 2, it actually upscales it. So if you are running on one of them schmexy TVs, you can utilize 4K resolutions. Now, when you're playing in handheld mode, in performance mode, even though it does run at a lower resolution, the screen actually has 120 Hz refresh rate, and it has VRR, which is variable refresh rate. So that's actually going to help you just have an overall smoother experience with the game. It's not going to run as choppy. You're not going to have those frame tearing or any type of issues, and damn near look like it was 60 FPS. So with that bumped up resolution and smooth frame rate, this game is probably one of the best third-party games you can get on your Switch. And also another big advantage is the fact that the game is not a game keycard. So I know that has been a big controversy with the Nintendo Switch 2, is that the game keycards suck ass. We don't want them. But this is actually cool because the entire game is on the cartridge. The Ultimate Edition comes with all the DLC, so you don't have to worry about buying the Phantom Liberty expansion pack. So this is just going to give you the entire game experience on the cartridge. So it's not, I can't stress enough how much, that's just cool, because not a lot of third-party devs are doing that. And also looking at the performance, when I was playing this game on stream, I can definitely tell you I had a good frame dip, and it felt like it went to damn near like 20 FPS when I was driving like a madman on the freeway. Ever since then, and it's been like a good week or two, I really have not had any issues. I've even had Cyberpunk have a couple updates here and there. So if I would have to rate this game, I gotta give this game a solid 4 out of 5. This was a pleasant experience, aside from a few performance issues here and there. I can't lie, it's been like 90% of the playthrough has been no performance issues, so I can't lie, I'm not gonna make it seem like that's been a big deal. So I will definitely have to say it's a solid 4 out of 5. This is a must cop if you got a Switch 2. So the final score is a 4 out of 5. I'd highly recommend you pick this game up, especially if you have never beat or played Cyberpunk at all. Pick this shit up, and if it's on sale, like I said, it's a steal, my boy. It's crazy. So I highly recommend you get this game. Solid 4 out of 5. So in the comments, let me know what you think about Cyberpunk on the Nintendo Switch 2. Let me know, shit, if you beat this on any other platform. Let me know if you're on the second, third, fifth playthrough. Let me know in the comments down below. And if there's another game you would like for me to review, make sure you leave it down in the comments down below so I can go ahead and check that boy out. So as always, my dogs, I would love to thank you for tuning in. This is your boy QKG, and peace out.
Being filthy rich.
Filthy Rich Legends.